Hello, Ambassador Long Dimanche. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. Good morning.
Nice to meet you.
It's my great pleasure to know you.
Thank you very much for inviting us.
It's my honor.
Uh-huh.
Please come inside.
All right, thank you. Wow, your residence is so lovely and beautiful, Ambassador.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Ambassador, if you don't mind, could you introduce some interior props or something that we can feel and learn Cambodian culture, please?
Yes, we brought some cultural tools from Cambodia. So let's see.
Thank you. So, Ambassador, could you introduce some Cambodian culture to us?
Of course. This is from the mask of the monkey. We can see this shape of mask in the region of Aramayana, that in Cambodia, in Thailand, Laos, India, it's the same region. And the monkey is the commander-in-chief of army.
Oh, I
So
see.
it represents the power. And this is a mask of hermit. A hermit that show of the people that he is disciplined to the religion.
Oh,
So
I
he's very
see.
disciplined, and then he also calm himself and pray. Yes, and this is all the shape of hands that you can see like a flowers.
Oh, yeah.
And in
right.
the
They look
Cambodian
like flowers.
traditional music, we dance.
Right,
Also,
right.
we do the same shape. And these two apsara, we call apsara, we believe like an angel that come from the sky and then bless to the people. And we can see apsara dancing sculpture along the wall of Angkor Wat. If you visit Angkor Wat, you can see a lot of apsara on the wall. And this is the art craft made by bronze. And in Cambodian believing, we put the water inside. And then we can bless people.
I see.
And putting this
see.
art craft in the house, we believe that it's prosper.
I see. So usually does each household have this at
Yes,
home?
yes,
Oh, I see.
yes. We can see in the royal palace, we can see in many state building too. And finally, you can see this couple of pigs.
Very cute.
Yeah, they're cute, and they wear in the Cambodian traditional.
Oh, I see.
Why pig? Because this year is the year of pig.
Right.
In the Lunar New Year. And Cambodia, we just celebrate the New Year on the last 14th of April, Cambodian New Year. So it is a year of the pig. That's why that we brought it also from Cambodia.
Thanks for introducing Cambodian culture for our viewers.
My pleasure.
Shall we move on to another spot and
Yes.
continue our conversation?
Yes, of course.
Ambassador, thank you very much for joining us today.
It is my great pleasure.
Thank you. So you started your post here in Korea from 2016. How do you feel about Korea?
I like Korea. The first impression for me is the people of Korea. You pay the respect to each other. That's the important thing for me that I admire. And also the other culture, like the food, like a lifestyle, and also, of course, like a K-pop culture.
It's been almost 20 years since we reconvened our diplomatic relations. How would you evaluate our current relations?
The two countries enjoy both the prosperity. We assist each other. For example, Korea, you support us a lot in the field of assistance in cooperation in our development economic in the country. Cambodia also support South Korea in many international area. We support in the what South Korea concern. So we support each other. So this cooperation, this solidarity between our two people, our two countries, our two governments brings the happiness and prosperity for both people too.
Right. Even though there was a 22 years of pause between our two countries, the trade amount increased like 20-fold, and also people-to-people exchange increased to 200-fold as well. What do you think the secret behind this?
Indeed, Cambodia and Korea, we have this common goal is to find the prosperity for both people. Cambodia, in our part, we have the stability, we have a peace, a true peace that Cambodia can develop our economic. And Korea start to come into Cambodia. And first, they come with the assistance in cooperation in, of the development in infrastructure and all fields later. But also the investor, the private sector that they install in Cambodia since 1997, we can see that relationship of our two countries become more and more prosperous. Cambodia also we facilitate to the foreign investor and especially to the Korean investor. We also amended some of law of investment. It is to facilitate for the foreign investor to do a good business in Cambodia. And also Cambodia negotiate with the Korean government to exchange our trade. And then that's why that now we have more and more development in the positive way between our two countries.
I see. I think my next question kind of goes with your answer. Early in this year, President Moon Jae-in visited ASEAN countries, and I believe it was a part of his New Southern policy. And I've heard that his visit to Cambodia wasn't planned ahead. He visited Cambodia upon the invitation from Cambodian's government. Was there a reason for this?
We exchanged the visit of the highest top level of the country since we reestablished the diplomatic relations in 1997. For this time, since that we received the intention from the government of Korea that Excellency President Moon Jae-in would love to pay official visit. Also, Cambodia suggests to the South Korea to set up for the visit for the last. Because we also would like to invite Mr. President Moon Jae-in to visit, after official visit, is to visit the Angkor Wat.
Right.
And then positively response. Excellency President also would like to visit the Siem Reap province and the Angkor temple. And then we set up our arrangement to visit 2 days official visit, and the last day is the totally private visit, and that we saw that we noticed that the President and the First Lady was very happy, and they even climbed up to the top of the temple even the weather was so hot in this season.
During President Moon Jae-in's visit, I remember there was a big welcome from Prime Minister Hun Sen, and I remember he also visited President Moon Jae-in's accommodation even before the official summit. And as you just mentioned, his visit to Angkor Wat was unplanned. What was the significance for all of this?
Exactly. That's why that we can evaluate the relationship not only between the two leaders, but also the private and the family way between the two leaders too. You are right. You mentioned about my prime minister welcomed the president even one day before the official visit to the hotel, and they spend time for more than 2.5 hours to speak and to have dinner. We can say that how important they are consider each other, and how many positive issue and also some things that they exchange together for the common mutual benefit between the two countries.
President Moon Jae-in is emphasizing the importance of relationship with the ASEAN countries, and we can see that from his New Southern policy. What does Cambodian government think about his New Southern policy?
The royal government of Cambodia expressed the fully support this initiative, especially the policy, the New Southern policy that the President Moon Jae-in was initiated. The three key pillars of the New Southern policy is to promote peace to the region and also to the world. Another one is the people, that people have the good contact between each other, the exchange of the culture of all different countries. This is very important too. And also the prosperity. And the prosperity is coming with promoting more the trade and investment between the two regions. So we fully support, and Cambodia is ready to join with our Korean partner to realize this policy, not only to have in the blueprints, but we would like to have the reality, so we can bring, of course, the prosperity for Korea and for Cambodia.
I see. The ASEAN-Korean Special Summit of 2019 is going to be held in November. And I've heard many events are in store to promote ASEAN countries, and one of them included the Cambodian Culture Day. And our team was also there at the event, so let's take a look together.
From April 18th to the 21st, the ASEAN Culture House in Busan hosted Cambodia Culture Day. Starting this year, this place will host an event every month introducing one of the 10 member countries of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations under the theme of 2019 Easy Access ASEAN. The Cambodian Ambassador to South Korea, Long Dimanche, is also doing his part to promote Cambodia's diverse culture.
This is very meaningful for us, not only for Cambodia, but also for ASEAN, and also to the relationship between Korea and ASEAN. And we can celebrate the Cambodia Culture Day to the Korean public. It is to let the Korean public know about culture of Cambodia, to understand about Cambodia.
캄보디아에 대해서는 앙코르와트 말고는 아직 사실 잘 알려진 게 없는 부분이 있어서 일단 대사관하고 협력을 해서 캄보디아에서 공예라든지 미술, 다음에 관광, 그러니까 여행지에 대해서 좀 더 이제 정통한 전문가들을 초청을 했습니다. 아세안 10개국에 대해서 이제 아주 단순히 그냥 관광지로만 여기지 않고 그 나라의 문화에 대해서 이제 우리와 같은 눈높이에서 조금 바라본다면 더 재미있는 포인트를 많이 찾으실 수 있을 것 같아서 진지하게 관심을 가져주시면 좋을 것 같습니다.
The opening ceremony at Cambodia Culture Day included a lot of performances, such as a traditional dance performed by Cambodians who live in Korea.
And it is also designated to provide an opportunity to Korean public to enhance their understanding of Cambodian culture and to promote the friendly tie between Korea and Cambodia.
Cambodia Culture Day is a chance for visitors to really get a feel for the country's art and culture. The most popular event was a class on how to cook traditional Cambodian food. Participants could make their own Cambodian-style fish stew, as well as a salad, and experience the country's cuisine for themselves.
저번에 브루나이 왔고 우리 두 번째인데 너무 재밌고 독특하고 좋네요. 같은 동양권이라서 그런지 느낌이나 이런 맛이 좀 비슷한 것 같아요.
요리도 배워보고 싶고 나라도 배우고 나라도 가보고 싶고 그 나라의 생활 방식도 배우고 싶습니다.
Another attention-grabbing program of the day was the Children's Culture Seminar with Ambassador Long himself.
한번 다 같이 인사해볼까요?
The children learn about the etiquette and traditions of Cambodia through stories told by the ambassador and his wife. Anyone can enjoy Cambodia Culture Day, regardless of nationality or age. And in that spirit, Ambassador Long will continue his efforts to promote understanding and awareness of his country in Korea.
The diplomatic relations or the friendship relation between the countries cannot be happen without the connectivity of the people. That's people to people connecting. I'm so glad to see that since the morning, like the student that they apply to how to cook Cambodian food, also to see parents that they brought their kids also to understand well about ASEAN and in particularly today about Cambodia.
So the diverse events ahead of ASEAN Korean Special Summit 2019 is drawing a lot of attention. What significance does this special summit have?
It marks the 30th anniversary of the relationship between ASEAN and the Republic of Korea. So we celebrated to express and also to find the way that we strengthen our collaboration, our cooperation between Korea and ASEAN, and that we can bring the prosperity for our two regions.
I see. And I also heard that Prime Minister Hun Sen has suggested Korea-Mekong Summit right after the Korea-ASEAN Special Summit. What's the significance of this summit?
It is another mechanism that assists to develop of the social and economic of the countries along the river of Mekong with the assistance of from the South Korea. For example, that we would like to develop the countries and also the city along the Mekong River by collaborate many projects, kind of tourism, culture, environment, national resources, and so on.
I see. Speaking of economic potential, Cambodia is known to be a very attractive country to invest in, not only for Korean companies, but also worldwide. What's the reason for this?
Yes, Cambodia is the country that we have a fully peace and stability in the regions. Right now, Cambodia, we enjoy our economic development like 7.5% for the last decade. And Cambodia have we reinforce the investment law and then we create the investment law to facilitate the foreign investor, including Korean investor. Also, Cambodia have the very reasonable salary of the manpower, and more than 60% of Cambodians are under 35 years old. So I think that Cambodia is a very good potential for the foreign investor.
Right. Not only economic exchanges and cooperation, we cannot forget about people-to-people exchanges as well. And I heard that, according to the statistics, there are 60,000 Cambodians in Korea currently. and that's quite a big number.
Exactly.
And also, not long ago, Korean billiard player Rong Pyevi also made a big accomplishment
Yes.
as well. So the Korean dream became an issue as well. In what direction do you think we should go when it comes to people-to-people exchanges?
I think that all those kind of people that they are living in Korea, including the migrant workers, more than 50,000.
Wow.
And we have Cambodian ladies, migrant families that they get married with a Korean family.
Right.
Also the student, more than 400 students. So I think that all those people contribute also for the economic development, not only for Cambodia, but also for Korea. And since 2006, the government of Cambodia and the government of Korea, we signed the MOU on the EPS system, which is the employment permit system that Cambodia can send our migrant workers to work in Korea. All the workers that when they can go back, they bring not only a high salary from Korea, but also the skill, and the experience that they work in the Korea to develop our country back to.
I see. In 2006, Gyeongju World Culture Expo was held in Angkor Wat, and I believe many Cambodians had a chance to understand better about Korea. Could you explain more about this event, please?
Yes, indeed. I also remember that event because the Angkor Gyeongju 2006, it was the really a significant event for Cambodia and also for Korea. And then after that, we have more and more Korean visitors to Angkor, or to Angkor Wat. We receive 400,000 Korean visitors a year.
Wow.
And Cambodia also start to, like Korean style, the K-pop culture, and also the Korean food. And even the style that they cut the hair, they also like the Korean style. So the K-pop, the K-culture, I think that's become more famous since that significant event too.
So K-wave is really popular in Cambodia.
Exactly.
I see. Many Koreans are visiting Cambodia, and when we think of Cambodia, it's so natural to think of Angkor Wat, I think. Could you introduce more hidden charms of Cambodia that we can visit?
Our government is developing the tourism industrial bigger than before. Not only Angkor Wat, we develop many places in the northern and eastern of Cambodia that we have many mountains and also the waterfall. We develop the community of tourism. Yeah. And then we also have some beaches. The beach in Sihanoukville and some coastal area of Cambodia also was selected as the one of the best beach in the world. And also some island to be a resort. We develop more hotel and restaurant to also open for visitors to explore more natural charm of Cambodia.
So there are a lot to explore.
There's a lot too.
I see. What are your future plans as an ambassador to South Korea?
My priority first is to strengthen the cooperation and also to bring up the level of the relationship between Cambodia and Korea to the level that both people and our country satisfy. This is my top priority. And secondly, also I have to facilitate more to the Korean investors to go to Cambodia to set up their business, because doing business in Cambodia not only a benefit for Cambodia but also for the Korean such kind like SME activities. We also underline about the cultural exchange too. Like we have done like culinary exhibition, many things that we bring from Cambodia to the Korean public and we would like to bring the Korean culture to let our public know more, understand more about Korea too. The government they shake hands and they work together, but the ground level it is more important. So I also would like to encourage more establishment of the sister city relationship between some cities of Korea to some cities, some provinces of Cambodia too. So we can exchange more collaboration between the two countries.
Ambassador, thank you very much for your time today, and we look forward to your future activities and accomplishments here in Korea.
Again, thank you, and also it was my pleasure to have the conversation, and also I would like to express my sincere appreciations to Arirang that you are interested about Cambodia.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.